Call this August 19, 2013 meeting to order and ask you all to stand and recite with us the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please, Steve.
Yes, sir. Benberry.
Aye.
Grisilius.
Here.
Morrison.
Here.
Schramke.
Here.
Shadle.
Here.
Wade.
Here.
Chairman Manchester.
Here. Kathy, you have the approval of minutes motion.
Yes, sir. I move that the reading of the minutes for July 15th, 2013 be waived, and that the minutes of said meeting as prepared by the secretary be approved as written. Second.
Why do I have the July 1 to be approved also?
Because that one was not ready at the July 15th. There were some errors on that, so.
Should
we'll
I
have that
amend,
one.
amend the motion to include the July 1st?
You could,
First and
you
15th.
could read them both at the same time. Yeah, amend that to first and 15th.
Right.
Yes, we did send a copy of the July 1st amended out at the last meeting, but
Okay. The motion is to approve the July 1 and July 15 minutes of the meetings. And if you approve that, then you'll say aye. Call the roll, please.
Grisilius.
Aye.
Morrison.
Aye.
Schramke.
Aye.
Shadle.
Aye.
Wade.
Aye.
Benberry. Chairman Manchester.
Aye. Lorraine, you have the 1308-19-1 Tasco Properties public hearing.
I move that a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on the Proposed Amendment to a Development Plan for Property Located at 2781 West Park Drive," be adopted.
Second.
Second by Shadle. Do y'all have any questions for the staff or the engineer? This is a 16,792 square foot commercial building with food services on either end. Any comments or questions?
I just have a question about the section that's jutting out. I'm assuming that this is like a bank, 24-hour teller type.
No, that was just there was just a little kick out in the property there, so that was just maximizing the area and getting as many parking spaces in as we could possibly fit.
Okay, so it's merely parking.
Yes. At one time, there was some discussion about an ATM going there, but that is not planned as of today.
And the previously presented plan of the revising the stormwater detention area is still going forward?
That is correct.
Anything to add, Steve?
Nope, this is just amendment to two sections of the original development plan. I think it was adopted back in 1991 that required the buildings to be no longer than 200 feet. And a width, I think, no greater than 80 feet.
260, I think it was, wasn't it? Or was it
200, I thought.
Little history lesson. Where did Inkleville Road come from? I know that's what it's named.
Not sure. I figured there was a community out west named Hinkleville at some point. That'd be my guess, but I don't know.
Good guess.
I just ask. Thank you. Any other questions? Call the roll, please, Steve.
Yes, sir. Schramke.
Aye.
Shadle.
Aye.
Wade.
Aye.
Benberry.
Aye.
Grisilius.
Aye.
Morrison.
Aye.
Chairman Manchester.
Aye. David, do you have the next motion of the
Yes, sir.
public hearing?
I move that a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on the Proposed Text Amendment of the Paducah Zoning Ordinance by amending Section 126-76 Sign Regulations," be adopted.
Second.
second by Shadle. I think this one issue about signs has come up here more times than anybody, including billboards.
Yeah,
Quite often.
we are,
What's the, not cause, but the result of this being offered?
currently in residential zones, even the R3 and R4, if you have a subdivision, we allow subdivision signs as you're going in. If you have a school or a church, we allow those types of signage for those types of uses. We have apartment complexes in a variety of areas around town. An example of that is on HC Mathis Drive, on, I guess it's Jefferson Street, also down further closer to Cardinal Point. Those are just two examples. We have other places around too, where the signs that have been there for a long time, 15, 20 years probably. If you remember back 7 years ago, we amended all of our sign regulations, but we did not allow signage for those apartment complexes to have new signage back since those are becoming deteriorated. So we have a couple of applications in right now where those apartment complexes want to put up new signs. What's before you is a 36 square foot sign. It has to be externally lit, cannot be lit within between, but that's really the purpose. Is the sign regulations, when drafted, did not take into consideration the existing apartment complexes that we have in the city and the residential zones.
How did the size of the sign be determined? Was it the request of someone or?
No, it was not. That was from our text amendment, and basically that was looking at some of the other signs that are already existing within the R3 and R4 zone. And I
Well,
think,
it's compatible with other signs in that R4.
yeah, and actually they may be even a little bit smaller. I believe, for instance, places of worship allow 48 square foot. So we're smaller than those signs in residential zones. And
Oh, you got
That's pretty
48
small.
square feet.
36 square feet is pretty small. It's about just a little bit larger than a sheet of plywood, basically.
How would this impact a complex that might front 2 or 3 streets, and you only have allow a provision for one sign?
I mean, like Black Oaks.
Yeah. That's the one I had in mind.
We consider that. A lot of places, businesses, for instance, in the city of Paducah right now, if you're on 2 streets, you're allowed 2 signs, where if you're just on 1 street, it's by the amount of frontage you have, and typically that's 1 sign. The way we drafted this ordinance, we just allowed for 1 on the property. Certainly that's something that you all could add at this point if you think that's necessary.
I just was curious about the thought process that allowed 1.
Yeah.
Well, it makes the landowner think about where he wants to put it.
If that's at the principal entrance or, yeah. I mean, that's something that you can certainly discuss and add if you think that's,
Are you aware of how many that might affect? I know that's an off-the-wall question. How many complexes, apartment complexes, that might have an issue with that? If it's 1 or 2, we'll just deal with it I would think on a case-by-case basis if it ever comes up.
no, but you're right. There is quite a few apartment complexes that can be accessed from different locations. One consideration also would be at the non-primary entrances into apartment complexes. Let's say you could have a sign no larger than 6 square feet per se that basically says apartment, so-and-so apartment complex entrance or whatever. And that's something that could be added. And you see those types of signage in different places.
Do you want to guess at that now, or you want to study it a little bit? That's up to you. I mean,
I'm just asking the questions.
That's a good question. I appreciate that.
like,
I would be supportive of that, obviously, if the non-secondary or the secondary entrances into an apartment complex to allow directional signage to not exceed 6 square feet per se.
I would like to see us limit that too. Not as many of those signs as you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just like 1 at a secondary entrance.
2, whatever.
if
but
it was a
not-
real problem, then we can address it with something else.
Yeah, and
So, Dan?
Well, most of the addresses though in the city will have, for example, with Black Oaks, they'll have 28 such and such Jefferson Street rather than Unit 6 Black Oaks. So, for that address, for that purpose, I guess for mailing and discovery and GPSing and all of that, that's already in there, but I think what Bob said was still a good idea, that somebody says, well, I live in Black Oaks. Well, that tells you where you go to find, 2851 Jefferson Street or whatever.
And I would, following what Kathy said, I would think you'd want to have a secondary sign so much distance from the primary sign so that you're not, one at every driveway.
Right, exactly.
And I don't know how you word that or how you come across that to make it adequate.
Let me just throw one in the mix here. It comes to my mind. That's California Courts. And that goes, what, a couple blocks? Something we need to look at.
Maybe that needs a little more study before we consider that.
Certainly.
They have, I'm sure, separate addresses, but I don't remember how they did that. Some of them are on, what is it, Clay or one?
Trimble?
But it's something we need to look at.
So-
It's a-
You can
So
be there.
possibly limiting the size and number of secondary signage.
I'm sure there's more than one it applies to.
Sure.
I think they have individual unit
do.
numbers, but I don't know if it's, 1, 2, 3, 4, unit A and B, or what the numbering convention is. But yeah, that complicates it.
Okay. David, how you feel about it? Not that you're
It-
going to vote right now, but I mean.
I understand.
is,
I would like to know if, how many we're talking about. I've heard maybe 3 so far. If they're incidental like that, and someone's going to bring it to us, or to you, of course, then that's the way to handle it. If,
I think you have the one primary sign that's meant to describe the apartment complex or condominium complex. And then also you would allow some type of secondary signage that actually shows people, yes, that this is an entrance point in, that says, it's Black Oaks, it's a sign that's like that, it's on a couple of posts next to the entrance. But probably limiting the number of those so they have to strategically locate them where they want is probably what I think is a pretty good idea. But I would like the time probably to go back to actually on our aerial photography, pull up some of these apartment complexes and look at them to see if what we're thinking actually makes sense for the existing.
very beneficial.
Well, and while we're talking, Pine Oaks downtown here comes to mind. They're on two, across the street from each other. So
Yeah.
you have to figure out, well, which one's which?
which ones, yeah.
The way it's written right now, if it's a separate parcel, you could have an additional one because it's still an apartment complex.
But I like the way you said the primary entrance. That's-
Because typically apartments are one ownership and they're on one lot. When you get into condominiums, though, it is different.
Okay, the motion in front of us is to allow one identification sign and also on the exterior of the apartments or condos, whatever you call them.
Motion to table?
Okay,
Just to make sure, we do not have any
When-
complexes asking for this right now, do we?
Yes, we have 2.
Okay.
you want a motion to table for a date certain?
Yes, please.
Which would be,
September the 4th?
September 4th, we are planning on having a called meeting since Labor Day is a holiday.
That's a Wednesday.
correct. Is that all right with you all to table this so we can?
Give a little
have
more thought.
Input into it?
The other alternative would be to pass this and then come back and amend it
Well,
next time. That's why I was curious if we had,
Even with action by the Planning Commission tonight, it still takes 2 readings at the City Commission.
Right.
Well, and
We'd have to re-advertise.
are we anticipating a problem? I mean, you said you do have 2 that
Yeah.
want more than one sign?
No, we just have 2 people that, as I had mentioned earlier, they've had their signage in place for quite some time, and they just want to update with their new signs.
Okay.
Do I have a second to the motion to table to
Second.
September the 4th? Was that you, Bob? Wade, second. Motion is to table, call a roll. Table to a date certain.
Yes, sir. Grisilius,
Aye.
Morrison,
Aye.
Shramky,
Aye.
Shadle,
Aye.
Wade,
aye?
Benberry,
Aye.
Chairman Manchester.
Aye. Joe, you have the NLB request for waiver on Clarks River Road.
I move that this commission receive and file the application of the NLB Properties LLC for the proposed re-subdivision for property located at 3512 and 3516 Clarks River Road. I further move that the request approval be given in compliance with all other applicable provisions of the Paducah subdivision ordinances be waived.
Second.
Second by Casilius. Any questions? Dan, what do you think? Does it look all right? Waiver of subdivision. Good old KRS 100. Any questions or discussion? There is none. Call the roll, please, Steve.
Yes, sir. Benberry.
Aye.
Crecilius.
Aye.
Morrison.
Aye.
Schramke.
Aye.
Shadle. Wade.
Aye.
Chairman Manchester.
Aye. John, you have the Ingram sheet metal waiver of subdivision request. And
Yes. I move that this commission receive and file the application of Ingram Sheet Metal, Inc. for the proposed re-subdivision of property located at 320 and 326 North 4th Street. I further move that the requested approval be given in compliance with all other applicable provisions of the Paducah subdivision ordinance be waived.
Second.
Seconded by Schramke. Discussion. Any questions?
North or south fourth? I'm just thinking, for some reason, it struck me that it might be south fourth.
Was that the old Hosner building? Remember that?
When's this?
This is Ingram sheet metal.
No.
Yeah, there's an existing metal building that faces 4th Street at this time. This lot on the rear, right now, is an existing gravel lot.
Not too far.
Correct.
That's access.
It's right, it adjoins Elks Lodge.
Thinking
Well, they ran their electrical company out of that, didn't they? Is that what I'm thinking of?
This is a sheet metal company.
Is it sheet metal?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on the corner
I know
there.
it was some kind of contractor.
right. All right, subdivision waiver. Any other questions? Call the roll.
Shadle.
Aye.
Wade.
Aye.
Benberry. Crecilius.
Aye.
Morrison.
Aye.
Schramke. Chairman Manchester.
Aye. Bob, you have the Eisenheimer request for easement abolishment.
Yes, I move that this commission receive and file the application of Mark Meisenheimer for the proposed utility easement abolishment on property located at 4319 Summer Hill Court. I further move that the requested approval be given.
Second.
Second by Shadle. Any questions or discussion? This one is along the back of it. I don't remember looking at it recently. Numbers all mixed up.
Did the easement go on over to Freeman Lane, or does it stop right there?
It goes on to Freeman Lane.
Goes on.
Yeah. And our Engineering Public Works Division,
Just asking for that.
just their portion of it, our Engineering Public Works Division has reviewed this plat. All the utilities are in place in the subdivision, and per their comments, this easement's not necessarily needed in the future, so that's why you had the positive recommendation.
Been there a long time. I mean, the property has, the easement too. What has it been, 20 years or more?
That's sad, yeah.
All right. Any questions? Call roll, please.
Yes, sir. Wade.
Aye.
Benberry.
Aye.
Crecilius.
Aye.
Morrison.
Aye.
Schramke.
Aye.
Shadle.
Aye.
Chairman Manchester.
Aye. Any other business?
I have a couple comments, sir.
Yes, sir.
A couple things. If you'll notice in front of you, Chairman, you have the official zoning map. I did not bring that for actual official action by the Planning Commission tonight, just because all the official actions have already been taken by resolution by the Planning Commission at the zone changes. Plus, we have City Commission action to back up what that map says. But I wanted to bring that tonight, let you sign it. At that point, I'll make a digital reproduction of it. That digital reproduction will be filed over at the Information Technology Division. Plus, from that copy, after you sign it, I will make copies of that and ship it out to all the Planning Commission at the next meeting.
Be glad to do it.
The second thing is you may have heard, we're requesting a called meeting by the Planning Commission on September 4th at 6 PM. We have received in the planning office a zone change application by Dr. Eichels on Lone Oak Road. Since we are not having a meeting on Labor Day, I wanted to go ahead and have a called meeting because of the public hearing requirements and the 14-day notice
This is
for the
Wednesday-
signs.
Wednesday, what time?
At 6 PM, sir.
6 PM.
Couldn't do it Tuesday because city commission meets.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. And Thursday.
Training.
Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, we're talking about the training now.
Okay. Any other business?
Oh, wait, what, training?
The training is Thursday, correct?
It's Thursday?
This Thursday of this week, not that week.
Thank you,
right.
sir.
Thursday, the 22nd.
That's all right.
Right.
I haven't been handling this
Kentucky
training.
Dam Village. I looked at it today, is the only
Good,
reason I
good,
remember.
And we were debating earlier, is it in the conference center?
I believe it
Just guess
is.
it would be.
Yeah.
I would think so too,
Yeah.
but.
I think we're going to have a
We have
nice
had it
group going.
In the
8:30 to
dining room,
5:30.
above the dining room.
Got a school bus?
Anybody, of course, I haven't been handling this training, but I assume Josh or Nancy has passed along that anybody that needs transportation to please let us know, and we'll certainly provide that for you if you need it.
Hope it's a nice day and drive the convertible.
Or you can call Mr. Morrison and he'll
Thank you.
go with him.
We stand adjourned.
Thank you.